Many people saying they feel that they are voting for the lesser of two evils. Throughout the election campaign, there's been a bitter war of words, but now it's down to voters to have their say. Sky's Rebecca Williams reports from Albi in the south of France.
Pétanque is a sport that's so typically French. But as a divided nation heads to the polls, some have suggested that parts of the country could be losing their Frenchness. High levels of unemployment mean that many youngsters, like Anthony Marchex, have had to go abroad to find work.
The economy actually is really bad. I think the euro is going down. It's mostly about job losses here, about working big enterprise going away because in France is more expensive. You have to pay a lot tax.
Albi in the south of France is quintessentially French, but indeed the weak economy's taken its toll, with many smaller traditional shops closing down and big businesses moving in. At the city's market, the majority feel the election is all about voting for the lesser of two evils. But Valérie Salarias moved to France with her husband Jean-Paul 50 years ago, and they've both made up their minds.
It's clear for me.
The choice is not very...
The choice is very clear, yeah.
It's very clear for us, but not for a lot of people.
Because for us, it's very important to the Europe organization. It's very important for us.
Whilst others here in Albi believe change is much needed.
We have to stop crying about yesterday. We have to watch today and tomorrow.
We're not voting for someone, we are voting against the other one. And that's not a good way to vote.
A huge proportion of people like Leo Brem, who set up a support group in Albi for the left-wing candidate Jean-Luc Mélenchon, say they'll abstain.
I not support the two candidates because I can support the racism of Marine Le Pen, and I can support the racism economic of Macron, who don't care about poor people, working class people.
Emmanuel Macron has a lot of support here in Albi, but across the region as a whole, it's so close between him and the right-wing Marine Le Pen. So they're both trying to get undecided voters round to their way of thinking. All across France, there's a split of opinions, but with just a day to go until polling, it seems everything is to play for. Rebecca Williams, Sky News, Albi.
Well, we'll have full coverage of the French presidential election tomorrow from 7 p.m. when the polls close, and you can watch the election special programme on Sky News at midnight on Sunday. Well, staying in France, and the country has become the latest to ban excessively thin models from its catwalks and advertising. A new law aimed at combating eating disorders and unobtainable ideals of beauty comes into effect from today. Models will now have to present doctor's certificates stating they are healthy to work, and employers could face fines or jail time for breaking the law. But will it be effective? Well, joining me now is Loretta Roberts, the editor-in-chief of The Industry, a leading fashion news and events business. Many thanks indeed